Hello, welcome to this very gentle chair yoga class for seniors. It's designed to bring movement for people who might find it difficult to move in and out of a chair, might have some limitations. But I try to bring as much yoga into the practice in a chair so that you can enjoy the benefits of yoga. Today we are going to be working on the 7 movements of the spine, as well as doing a little work to help strengthen our legs and give some relief to some of the muscles that get a little tight and tender from too much sitting, like hip flexors. If I ask you to do anything that doesn't feel right in your body, feel free to modify it in any way. I try to move very slowly and very gently. But if I'm moving too fast or too intensely for you, just modify it into a place that your body can accommodate. It's always about doing what's best for you. I hope you enjoy the class, and if you do, I hope you'll hit the like button down below, or hit the subscribe button so that you can be notified when I post new videos that you might enjoy. So let's get started. So find a nice, comfortable seat in your chair. We always begin the practice with a little bit of breath work just to center ourselves and kind of get our minds back into our bodies. They tend to drift away a lot. So we want to be practicing with intention and with focus. So sit nice and tall. Draw your navel gently in towards your spine. Roll your shoulders up and back and relax them down away from your ears. And with your eyes open or closed, excuse me, just begin to breathe with awareness. So what I mean by that is watch your breath. See if you can feel it as it comes in through the nostrils, down the throat, into the chest. It might even go as deep as the belly. If you find that it stops high up in the chest, that's okay. Just be aware of that. And over the course of a few breaths, perhaps see if you can lengthen it to bring it deeper into the lungs. For when we breathe deeply into the lungs, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the side of the autonomic nervous system that triggers the rest and digest, that relaxation, the side that helps to lower blood pressure, slow heart rate, relieve stress in the body. So take 3 more nice, big, full breaths. You might even sigh the breath out. And then open your eyes when you're completed those breaths and sit nice and tall. So we're going to focus at the beginning of class at the 7 movements of the spine. The spine can extend upward, so there's extension. There's rotation as we do gentle twists. And there's lateral stretches as we move from side to side. And there's flexion and extension as we lean forward and press ourselves back. So the spine has so many different movements, and when we move it on a regular basis in all its different directions, we help to keep it healthy because it encourages the flow of spinal fluid. It helps to plump up the discs between the vertebrae, and so we will have a perhaps improved range of motion. So let's begin by extending the spine up. Sit nice and tall. Lift the sternum, so just imagine there's a little string in your sternum and then a little string at the top of your head, just kind of pulling you up. Nice. Roll your shoulders up and back, relax your hands on your lap, and feel this extension of the spine. So rather than slouching, we're extending. Simple little movement. But it helps to work the muscles in your core and the muscles around your ribs, which helps with stability. So try that again, just slouching and then extending, like these little marionette strings pulling us up. And then there's rotation to the left, rotation to the right. So when we rotate, we want to be careful not to overdo it. We want to keep these nice and simple rotations. But before we twist, we want to extend because we want to create space between the vertebra. If you imagine a slinky kind of unextended, and then you start to twist it in opposite directions, it's going to grind. And that's the same thing that will happen if we try to do a twist when we're not fully extended. So extension is first, and then we rotate. So you can rotate a couple of ways, hands at your heart and rotate, or hands one on your thigh, one by your side perhaps, keeping that extension vertically, and then a rotation keeping the shoulders parallel. So we're nice and tall. But you never want to pull yourself into a twist. Keeping the navel drawn in and letting that rotation happen in the low ribs, the mid ribs, and up into the shoulders. So again, hands at the heart into the twist, or hands on your legs and by your side into the twist. And we hold for the twist for 2 to 3 breaths. And as we hold in any of our postures, we allow the muscles time to get a little stretch and maybe even release a little bit. So using that beautiful breath that we just practiced, breathing in and sighing it out, letting the muscles relax as you breathe out. And then coming back to center, maintaining that extension, we'll go to the other side. Again, hands at the heart, or a hand beside you and a hand on the outer left thigh. Keeping the shoulders parallel, we rotate without pulling on ourselves. If you like, you can let the head turn towards the back shoulder, but if your neck's not happy with that, just keep it centered in your chest, no problem. And again, as we hold, we give the muscles time to stretch and to relax. And it's the breath that helps us let that relaxation happen. And then come back to center. So then there's lateral stretches going from side to side. So it can be done in a variety of ways. You can take your hand on the chair and the other hand overhead and take that lean, almost as if you're reaching that top arm over a big beach ball. But if that's too much on your shoulder, you can let your hand rest on your head or on your shoulder. And our goal here is to get a nice stretch through this left side of our body. So hand on the shoulder, hand on the head, or reaching for a little extra, but you don't want to be forcing. Keep relaxed in your shoulders. Let your head turn down if you like. If your neck likes that, straight ahead. Or up towards your top hand, another option. I'm looking straight ahead so that I can look into the camera for you. I like to have my head turning down often or straight ahead. Try to keep everything relaxed and then bring it back up. Hands down onto your lap. Maybe a little shrug to relax your shoulders and a little relaxation. And then we'll go to the other side. So again, the hand can rest on the chair for support, or you can let it dangle if you want to work these muscles on the left side. If you want support, hold your chair. Again, the arm can be straight up as we lean, or on the hip, or on the shoulder. So whatever is best for you. The head position again is what feels good in your body. And then hold and breathe here. A nice stretch through the right side of the body. Maybe even imagining that you're breathing into the right lung. Big breath in. And a big sigh out. Oh, nice. And then come back up. And bring your hands down to your lap. Shrug it up. And let it go. Nice. One more. Inhale up. And let it go. Beautiful. So we've done the extension. We've done the rotation. We've done the lateral extension. So we're going to do forward and back. So flexion As we lean forward, hands on your thighs, shoulders draw back, and as we lean back, the core engages and we lean backward. So we're going forward and we're going back and forward and back. And then come to vertical. So another thing that we can do with our spines is undulate them, kind of let them kind of wavy movement. And we can do that with cat and cows in the chair. And the way they're done, hands are on your lap. So you have these two little hip points, these little bony areas right in the front of your hips. And when they're straight, the pelvis is level. When we turn them down, we get a little arch in our low back. And when we turn them up, we get a little rounding of the back. And so we're going to go through that, come to a nice vertical spine. We're going to go through that motion, undulating the spine in what we call cat and cow. So to begin with, hands on your thighs, lean slightly forward in that flexion, and then draw your shoulders back and lift your heart and your gaze. So this is called cow pose. Little arch in the low back, an opening of the heart, lifting it as well as the chin. And then we straighten our arms, turn those little headlights up, and press our shoulder blades back to the back of the chair as we tuck our chin. So this is cat pose. So we come forward, bending into the elbows, lifting the heart, dipping the pelvis, and then back. So it's this beautiful undulation of the spine that promotes the flow of spinal fluid. And then come to stillness. And so the fluids in the body are meant to help us move more freely, to help improve range of motion. So in our joints, we have what's known as synovial fluid. And that fluid in our joints, when it's released, it's kind of like the oil in the Tin Man's oiling can, right? So it helps to bring some lubrication into our moving parts so that we have more flexibility. So let's just begin by rolling our shoulders up and back, alternately. And then forward. And then pause. And then bring your arms out to the side with the palms up. And we'll get into our elbows. So let's tap and extend and tap and extend. We're going to 10, but if you need to stop earlier, that's fine. Here's 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. We're going to bring our hands to our shoulders and draw circles with our elbows, getting back into those shoulders. A few circles in one direction and then a few circles in the other. Then bringing our elbows forward, extend your arms and make fists. Maybe have the fists face each other so you can rotate at the wrists, so getting into the wrists. Always good to switch direction. And then extend your fingers out, your palms are up. We're going to touch our pointer to our thumb, our middle finger, our ring finger, and our pinky. Our pinky, our ring, our middle, and our pointer. Pointer, middle, ring, and pinky. Pinky, ring, middle, and pointer. So now we're going to curl those fingers in. Pinkies, ring, middle, and pointer. Thumbs come into fists on the outside. Then we're going to unravel them and spread. And then we're going to close them, make fists, and then unravel them and spread, maybe even wiggle. And close and fist and open and wiggle. One more. Close and fist and open and wiggle. And then we're going to shake it up. So shake it up. I always liken it to being in a bathroom where the paper towel's all gone. You have to shake your hands to get them dry. And then bring your hands down to your lap. And if you like, close your eyes. I just feel some energy perhaps moving in the fingertips, some warmth through the hands. So good to move our hands and our fingers on a regular basis. At this stage in our lives, certainly my life, my hands get a little stiff. And movement is a wonderful antidote for that. So we're going to move from our arms and elbows and wrists and fingers down into our legs. So I'm going to have you lift one leg. You can hold underneath it if you like. And just swing your leg forward and swing it back. So we're working into the knee and back and open and back. Two more and back, like you're on a swing. Next time it's back, hold there and begin to draw circles. So we're drawing circles from our hip now. So we've moved from our knee up to our hip. And then switch directions. And then holding the leg up, you can hold it right loosely, or you can tuck it close to your body. Begin to circle your ankle. So we're circling in one direction and then the other. Maybe pointing and flexing. Pointing and curling and flexing and spreading. Pointing and curling, flexing and spreading. Great. And then bring that foot down. So we're going to do the other side. Leg lifts, and we just swing it forward and back. Just bringing some movement to the knee. The knee's designed to move forward and back, not side to side. So we want to let it swing the way it's designed to swing. And then pausing here, we'll move up into that hip as we draw circles. So you can hold on, you can let go, whatever your body's ready to do. And then the other direction. And then hug it in, or hold behind. Wherever you're comfortable, rotate at the ankle. And switch direction. And point and flex and point and flex. Maybe curl and spread and curl and spread. Nice. And then bring that foot down. Nice. So we're going to do a series of sun salutations, known as sun salutations in yoga. So just follow my lead. If you've never done them before, you're going to sit nice and tall and bring your arms down by your sides. Inhale your arms up over your head, and as you exhale, come to cactus arms, or sometimes called goalpost arms. Take a breath in and lean slightly forward, not very much. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your thighs and bring your hands to your knees and bring your torso down, reach the crown of your head forward. And if you're comfortable going further, you can stay here if you wish. Or if you'd like to go further, hands come to your toes and your head turns down. As you inhale, lengthen your spine again. So if you're all the way down, the arms lengthen. If your hands are on your thighs, just reach your heart a little further forward. Exhale, fold back down. And inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, or keep your hands pressing on your thighs as you come all the way up and come back to mountain. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale into cactus. As you inhale, baby lean forward, and as you exhale, the hands glide. Maybe they stop at your knees and your heart reaches forward, or you go all the way down and your head turns down. Totally up to you. As you inhale, the heart reaches forward once again, and as you exhale, fold back down. As you inhale, rise up. So you can use your hands to press yourself up or bring your arms wide and back to seated mountain. Last one. Inhale the arms and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, glide. Maybe all the way or not. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. And inhale, bring it back up, either pressing into the thighs or bringing your arms wide and high. Stop when your hands come to your heart. And breathe. Nice. So we're going to do a little movement to help in the hip flexors. So when we're sitting in this position, and if we spend a lot of time in a chair, these muscles get very, very tired. Or not tired, but restricted. They kind of shrink, and they don't have a lot of motion, and they need a stretch now and again. So I'm going to show you a movement to do that. And I'm also going to show you a movement you can do in the chair to improve the muscles around your hips. So let's do the outside of the hips first. We'll do this seated clamshell, and it's where we engage the muscles on the outside of the hips. So bring your feet together. We're going to keep our right knee just as it is, staying forward, and open up our left, coming onto the outer edge of our foot. And then bring it in. Sit nice and tall, out, and in. And if you can, you might have your outer hand kind of resisting that movement a little for you, and coming back in, and resisting, and coming back, resisting. I think this is number 5. We're going to go to 10, 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. And 10. So if you happen to have a resistance band and you want to put it around your legs above your knees, that's another way to intensify the challenge of those hip muscles. So here we go. We're going to go the other leg now, opening and closing, pushing into it for a little resistance. And that's 2. 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9. And 10. Great. So that will work the muscles around the outer thigh. So we're going to have to move our position a little bit, and hopefully you're in a chair that has no arms. There's a couple of options, but I'm going to go to the side here so that my right leg is in front and stable, and my left leg is just going to kind of hang right down towards the ground. So I'm getting a nice stretch into this hip flexor. So this is a modified seated warrior 1 pose. So if you want to really feel yogic, you can bring your arms up overhead. If you want to deepen that stretch, you can extend this leg behind you even more. So this is keeping the spine nice and tall. So this is an option if you're ready for it, but there's no requirement here. We're simply wanting to get a nice stretch into the front of our leg, into this hip flexor muscle. So you might be here with your hands on your thigh and your knee hanging right down. And then we're going to turn it to the other side. So we're going to come through the middle and over to the side. So the left leg now is forward, the right leg is hanging down. So we're in a modified warrior one. You can deepen this stretch by extending that leg back, but that is an option, not a requirement. And it can be kind of intense. So you don't want to cause any injury, never, ever, ever. So if this is enough stretch for you, just let the weight of the leg allow a stretch for this muscle. And pretend you're a warrior. Always breathing. And then coming back to front. Nice job. And you might just want to wiggle your legs a little bit. Or I like to sit back and swing my legs, a little more knee movement, a little more knee lubrication, or circling, or pointing and flexing. So the muscles in our calves are pumps, if you will, for the body to move blood out of our legs and our feet. So this little action can be very helpful to strengthen the calf muscles. And then when you're ready, just come back into a nice tall spine. So we've worked, we've extended, we've rotated, we've stretched, we've lubricated. And we've even done some yoga poses, sun salutations, and warrior one in the chair. So I hope you've enjoyed the practice. We always end the practice with what we call Savasana. It's that part of the practice where we sit quietly, or even if you're able to lie down on the floor, only going down if you're sure you can get back up. You can even lie on a couch or bed for Savasana if you'd like. Even fall asleep if you want to. But it's that time of the practice where all of the movement and the benefits of those movements get integrated into the body, into the system. And so it's a relaxation. So if you're going to do it in a chair, just extend your legs, maybe scoot your bum forward, hands on your belly, maybe a pillow behind your back. If you're able to get on the floor safely, go ahead and do that. Just find a comfortable position. Maybe your legs just kind of flop, toes out to the side, and your arms are relaxed by your sides. Wherever you choose to be, once you get there, take a nice breath in through your nose and a big sigh out through your mouth. One more time. And so we stay in Shavasana for as long as we like. There is no time limit. And as I say, if you fall asleep, great. Maybe you needed the movement in order to quiet the mind enough to get a little rest. But staying here as long as you wish. And when it comes time for you to start to move, when your body feels ready, you might begin that movement by wiggling fingers or toes, or letting the head drift from side to side, or taking a nice full body stretch. Big yawn. And going about your day feeling maybe a little less stressed, a little more mobile, a little more energy. Until next time, namaste.